The Naster procedure, also known as the method of sealed bids, is a way to distribute items that people make a bid on. They say how much they're willing to pay for it, and then that money gets, those bids get evaluated to decide who's going to get each item, and then what the pay is going to be. And this is a way that items get distributed fairly, and everybody actually comes out at the end with a better deal than they would have originally thought. Let's take a look. One thing I want to say about the Naster procedure is it's pretty lengthy and there are a lot of steps, but no one individual step is that difficult. You just need to stay organized as you go through them. In this example that we're going to look at, we've got Mo, Larry, and Curly, and they're going to divide up a movie script and a collection of rubber mallets. Each one of these people is going to place a bid on the items, and then after those bids are made, we're going to determine how to divide the items and how much money each person is going to either pay or receive, depending on how the items get divided. So, here are the bids of each of the people. Mo bid $144 for the movie script, Larry bid $150, Curly bid $165. Mo bid $129 for the rubber mallet collection, Larry bid $81, and Curly bid $114. I want to encourage you to sort of pause the video right now and kind of write down this table, because as we progress to subsequent screens, you won't be able to see these numbers anymore, and we're going to kind of want to refer back to them. So, the first thing we're going to do is figure out who gets what. Well, just by looking at whoever had the highest bid, Curly is going to get the movie script because he had the highest bid, and Mo is going to get the rubber mallet collection because he had the highest bid there. We're going to approach these items one at a time to do the overall division. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the movie script. In dividing the movie script, we'll remember that Curly had the highest bid, so he gets the movie script. Now there are 3 people involved in this division, and Curly's going to have to pay the other 2 in order for him to get that script. So Curly has to take 2/3 of his bid and put that into what's called the kitty. So Curly is going to put $110 into the kitty. Larry bid $150. He is entitled to 1/3 of his bid. He didn't get the movie script. There are 3 people involved in the division, so he's entitled to 1/3 of his $150 bid, which means Larry is going to take $50 out of the kitty. And then Mo didn't get the movie script. He's entitled to 1/3 of his $144 bid, which means he's going to take $48 out of the kitty. So now let's take a look at that. We've got these 3 numbers over here. Curly put 110 in, Larry took 50 out, and Mo took 48 out. So let's see, our kitty down here, it has 110 minus the 48 that Mo took out minus the 50 that Larry took out, and so the kitty ends up with $12 in it. So Curly put in what he was supposed to put in, Mo took out his share, Larry took out his share, and there's still $12 left over. This is sort of the advantage of the Naster procedure. Now everybody gets a little bit extra kicked back to them. That $12 that's in there is divided among the 3 people, so everybody gets an additional $4 out of the kitty. So when all is said and done, with regard to dividing this movie script, Mo got this $48 plus 4 more from the kitty. So Mo got $52. Larry got $50 plus the $4 that was left over in the kitty. So Larry got $54. And Curly, he got the movie script, and he had to pay, it would have been $110, but he gets that $4 back, so he had to pay $106. If you'll notice, the $106 that Curly had to pay is exactly the same amount that Mo and Larry were able to collect. So that's where we stand after dividing the movie script. Now let's move on to dividing the collection of rubber mallets. In dividing up the mallets, the first thing we have to do is remember who gets them. And Mo had the highest bid, so Mo is going to get the collection of mallets. Just like before, there are 3 people involved in the division. Mo has to pay the other 2. So 2/3 of his bid of $129 goes into the kitty. So that means that Mo has to put 86 into the kitty. Larry bid 81 and he didn't win. He's entitled to 1/3 of his bid, which was $81. So Larry gets to take 27 out of the kitty. And then Curly did not win the mallets. He's entitled to 1/3 of his $114 bid, which means he gets to take $38 out of the kitty. So let's take a look at our kitty. Our kitty, let's see, it has Mo put $86 into the kitty. Larry took 27 out. Curly took 38 out. And so that leaves $21 in the kitty. There are 3 people involved in our division. There are $21 in there to start with. When we divide by 3, everybody's going to get an additional $7. So let's take a look at this. Mo was the one who got the mallets, and he had to pay 86, but he got 7 back when he got his refund from the kitty. So Mo wound up paying $79. Larry got $27 plus 7 more, so Larry got $34. And Curly got 38 and 7 more, so Curly got $45. Here again, notice the $79 that Mo paid to get those mallets is the same as the 34 Larry got plus the 45 that Curly got. Now let's wrap this all up together and figure out the entire division for these 3 guys. If we look at Mo, he got the collection of rubber mallets. He got a positive $52 from the movie script, and he had to pay $79 for those mallets. So altogether, what Mo ended up with was the mallets, and he had to pay $27. If we look at Larry, Larry's is pretty simple. Larry got $54 for the movie script. He got another $34 for the mallets. And so if we put those together, Larry came out with $88. And then if we look at Curly, he got the movie script. That movie script cost him $106, and then he got $45 back for the collection of mallets. So altogether, Curly got the movie script, and he had to pay $61. So Curly got the movie script, it cost him $61. Mo got the mallets, it cost him $27. And Larry got $88. And if you look, the $61 that Curly had to pay and the $27 that Mo had to pay is the money that Larry received. Keep in mind there's a lot of steps here, but no one step is really that hard. Just be patient and stay organized, and you'll do fine with these.